Good evening and welcome back again to your Unacademy Neet English channel, students. Well, this particular video is for all the NEET 2026 aspirants, and in this particular video, I'm going to tell you something which I believe you would have never heard till now during your preparation. My dear students, I'm going to talk about that practical stuff in this particular session, which if followed for the upcoming 80 days, that is going to boost up your confidence, boost up your ranks, boost up your score when it comes to the NEET 2026 examination. First of all, I'll be addressing two types of students. Number one, those students who have already completed a certain percentage of the syllabus and they are just left with some 30% of the syllabus, 40% of the syllabus, rest 60% they have covered, right? The second category of the students who have not started their preparation yet, who have just done some 5%, 10% of the syllabus till now. I'll be addressing both of them one by one. But in the beginning of this particular video, which is going to be short and precise, I'm going to first of all address those particular students who have completed a certain percentage of syllabus on their own, right? And they are left with some 30% of the syllabus, they are left with some 40% of the syllabus. How you can utilize these 80 days in a very effective way and shoot up your ranks when it comes to the NEET 2026 examination, right? My dear students, first of all, you have to keep one thing in your mind, that you have got some 80 days left till your NEET 2026 examination, right? And my dear students, this particular strategy, the things which I'm going to tell you right now, it is valid from 10th of February till May 3rd, till your exam day. So in total, we have got some 80 days left. My dear students, first of all, these 80 days, they are going to play a vital role when it comes to your preparation. These 80 days can take you up, they can bring you down as well. So be careful in these 80 days and think wisely, think logically, and follow the things which I tell you right now to follow for the upcoming 80 days, if you really want to score well when it comes to the NEET examination, my dear students. So first of all, if you are really serious about this particular NEET, my dear students, then definitely minimum 12 hours of effective study is required. That every one of you would be knowing. So we have got in total some 80 days left. So 80 days multiplied by 12 hours, which comes out to be 960 hours, my dear students. So basically, starting from today till your NEET examination, we are left with, we have got some 960 effective study hours, first of all. 960 effective study hours, right? It's not a joke. 960 effective hours, my dear students. It is a huge amount of time if you exactly know how to utilize this. And here in this particular video, I'll tell you how to utilize these 960 effective study hours starting from now till your NEET examination. My dear students, first of all, as I told you, 12 hours of study, 12 hours of effective study is required every single day. Now, what all things we have to do in these 12 hours every single day? First of all, these are the few pointers which we are supposed to do every single day in these 12 hours, right? So first of all, backlog chapters, which are basically your remaining chapters, their theory, their lectures, number one. Questions of the remaining chapters, number two. Number three, revision of the theory, which is already done. Number three, NCERT revision, question revision, test analysis, and skills and your weaknesses. So first of all, your 12 hours every single day should be devoted to these things. Now, what do we mean by these things exactly? I'm going to talk about these things one by one. So first of all, my dear students, as I told you, you have to study for effectively 12 hours every single day from now onwards. Now, out of these 12 hours, the first 2 hours, my dear students, you are going to give these 2 hours to the theory or the lectures of your backlog chapters. I believe there will be some 20 chapters still left. I believe there will be some 20 chapters which you would have not covered yet. My dear students, what you have to do, every single day, 2 hours you have to give to the theory and the lectures of those chapters which are not covered. Every single day, 2 hours. And my dear students, if you count exactly, if you are giving 2 hours every single day to those chapters which are not covered yet, so 2 hours multiplied by 80 days. So technically you are giving some 160 hours to your backlog chapters. And I believe one chapter would require almost like 8 to 10 hours to complete. So technically you are completing some 20 chapters if you are just giving 2 hours every single day to your backlog chapters, right? To your backlog chapters, those chapters which you have not covered yet. And these 2 hours you just have to give to the theoretical part and lectures. I'm not counting problems into it. I'm not considering the numericals into it. No, I'm talking about 2 hours to theory and the lectures of those chapters which are not done yet. So in total, I would say you will be still covering some 20 more chapters if you think logically. right? My dear students, leave these 2 hours aside. We have 12 hours to study. Out of 12 hours, 2 hours are over. Now, the next 3 hours, they should be given per day. Next 3 hours, they should be given per day for the new questions. These new questions will be the questions from the backlog chapters, and the questions from the weak chapters, which you have already covered, but they are still weak. So these 3 hours should be dedicated to the question practice of these two things. Number one, your backlog chapters, which you are currently doing, and apart from that, the weak chapters which you have in your syllabus, right? So 3 plus 2 is 5 hours. 5 hours are over. Now we are left with 7 hours. Now what do we have to do in those 7 hours? My dear students, before talking about those 7 hours, these 3 hours per day, which I told you to give for new questions, including your backlog chapters and your weak chapters. Now, how you are going to dedicate these 3 hours for the question practice? My dear students, for that, you should keep one thing in mind. I told you 3 hours you have to give for the question practice. My dear students, for physics and physical chemistry, you should be in a position to solve at least 30 questions per hour. Organic plus inorganic, 40 to 50 questions per hour should be done. Then we call this study as the effective study. And biology, 60 to 90 questions per hour you're supposed to do. Okay, so technically, if you look carefully, I told you 3 hours to give for the question practice. So 3 hours every single day you are giving to the question practice. 3 hours multiplied by upcoming 80 days. That means we have got 240 hours for the question practice. And 1 hour, my dear students, 1 hour on an average, you are solving some 50 questions. So 180 hours, this will be 240 hours. 240 hours we have in total, right? And 240 hours multiplied by 50 questions. Hourly, on an average, you'll be solving some 50 questions. So 240 hours multiplied by 50 questions. You can now count, this will be more than 10,000 questions. So technically, you are solving more than 10,000 questions, people. Technically, you are solving more than 10,000 questions if from today itself, you'll be giving 3 hours to the question practice, right? And on an average, my dear students, what am I keeping? I'm keeping 50 questions on average. Okay, on an average, 50 questions per hour I'm keeping. So you are solving 10,000 plus questions if you are just dedicating 3 hours every single day to the question practice. And this is the question practice of the backlog chapters as well as the weak chapters. Perfect. Now, my dear students, 1 hour every single day you have to dedicate for the short notes and the highlighted concepts which are there on the NCERT. 1 hour has to be dedicated for that, because a lot of questions will be directly asked from your short notes, from the things which you would have highlighted from your NCERT, particularly when it comes to inorganic chemistry and the biology, right? The remaining 2 hours, my dear students, has to be dedicated for the NCERT reading. NCERT reading are the questions which are given in the NCERT. Every single day, 2 hours to NCERT reading, right? Be it your biology, be it your inorganic chemistry. Or if you want to read organic from NCERT as well, you can do that too. Now we are left with some remaining 4 hours. How you are going to dedicate these 4 hours, my dear students? So we started with 12 hours, right? Out of 12 hours, we have utilized some 8 hours. Now we are left with 4 hours. Now the remaining 4 hours, what you have to do exactly? Let me tell you the remaining 4 hours. For the first 55 days and the last 25 days, strategy has to be different in these remaining 4 hours. What exactly? In the first 55 days, you are supposed to solve the questions which are already done. So I believe, for example, you have covered some 60% of the syllabus by your own till now, right? So 60% syllabus means almost some 50 to 60 chapters you would have covered. Now you have to solve the questions of those 50 to 60 chapters which you have already covered. Again, you have to solve the same questions which you already are done with. Again, you have to solve the same questions. But this time you are not going to solve them by using pen paper. You just have to look at the questions. See their approach. Remember their approach by just looking at the question. Because those questions you have already solved once from your module, from your notebooks, whatever, right? You just have to look at the questions, right? And remember their approach. How to start with the question and how to end the question. So basically, in these 55 days, revise the questions which are already done. So I'm keeping 4 hours. For all this. Every hour, basically, I'm thinking that in 1 hour, you'll be able to, revise some 60 questions. So 4 hours multiplied with 60 questions. So basically 240 questions we have. 240 questions. 240 questions, my dear students, right? 240 questions, and 240 multiplied by 55 days. So technically you are solving some more 13,000 questions. That's huge. That's huge. My dear students, it's going to boost up your confidence a lot. It is going to boost up your confidence a lot. So first of all, you're already solving some 10,000 plus questions. And apart from that, 13,200 questions roughly I'm giving, right? That's again huge, people. That's again huge, right? The next 25 days, which we'll be having, the last 25 days, what you have to do in these 4 hours, the last 25 days in these 4 hours should be completely dedicated to the test. Out of the 4 hours, 3 hours should be dedicated to write test. So 25 days means 25 tests, right? Which you have to write in these remaining 4 hours. Perfect. And my dear students, let me tell you, 3 hours for writing the paper and 1 hour should be for the test paper analysis. So you have to write the paper. After writing the paper, you'll check the answer key. You'll select the questions which you marked incorrect or which you were not able to solve. Then that 1 hour should be dedicated for that, right? To solve those questions again, which you were not able to solve during the test, right? Or which you marked incorrect. Perfect. So 1 hour has to be for test analysis. So technically, if you are giving some 25 days to write 25 tests, one test will be containing 180 questions. So again, you are solving some 4,500 questions. That's again huge amount of questions, my dear students. It is going to boost up your confidence a lot. Now, I believe 1 hour is still remaining. And the last 1 hour should be dedicated for what? Every single day, 1 hour should be dedicated for identification of the weak topics, right? Number 2, test analysis. Number 3, time management, how you can improvise your time management, how you can improvise your accuracy, right? And how you can improvise your calculation speed, and how to do the memory retention, how to make your memory strong. This 1 hour should be completely dedicated every single day for all these things. My dear students, if you are following this particular thing for the upcoming 80 days, whatever is your remaining syllabus, that will be completed. Apart from that, you are solving some, I believe, some 30,000 questions for the upcoming 80 days. That's huge, guys. That's going to, you have no idea how your confidence is going to boost up. You have no idea about that. Just try it once. Just try it once. Use this and see the difference. And my dear students, there will be definitely a lot of students among you who would have started their preparation like few days back, right? Who would have completed some 5, 10%, 20% of the syllabus. My dear students, let me tell you, honestly, it's very, very, very difficult to complete the entire syllabus if you start now. If you are starting now, if you have just completed some 5%, 10%. So the best thing for you guys is to follow the one-shots. What one-shots I mean exactly? It's not like one shot, one chapter in like 3-4 hours. No, nothing like that. The kind of the series which we have started on this particular channel, right? Wherein class 11th physics is done in 2 sessions, right? Similarly, class 12th physical chemistry was done in 1 session. Class 11th inorganic chemistry was done in 1 session. And the duration of every session is like 10-12 hours. The best for you is to follow that particular series. Because in that particular series, we are touching each and every concept, perfect? And whatever things are required in a concept, in a topic, those things we deliver on this particular channel through that particular series, which we have recently started. I would want you guys to follow that particular series completely, right? And it's not like we are only doing the theory. No, all the question patterns, everything is done in that particular series. Just try it out, check one of the sessions, right? And you will feel the difference. For all those students who have just started their preparation or completed some 10 to 15% of their syllabus by their own till now, right? Because if you think you can complete the entire syllabus on your own by sitting, by studying, etc., right? By following the detailed lectures like 1 chapter in 20 sessions, my dear students, no way you can, complete your whole syllabus. Best thing is follow the series which we are already running on this particular channel from past 1 week. Perfect. Just check it out. Go to the live category. You'll find the difference. Just watch one session. You'll find the difference. Perfect. So with this, I'll be taking a leave. I hope this particular session was beneficial for all of you. And my dear students, just follow all these things, whatever things I told you in this particular session. So just follow them strictly. And I believe you are easily going to shoot up your ranks when it comes to the NEET 2026 examination for sure. Okay. So with this, I'll be taking a leave. You take care. God bless you all and love you all, guys. Bye-bye.